Hey everyone, welcome back to Easy Speak World with Maya and Ethan, your favorite place where you learn real English through real conversations. Okay, so I need to confess something right at the start of today's episode. Last night, I told myself, Maya, you are going to sleep by 10 o'clock. No phone, no snacks, just sleep. And as always, I've got Ethan here with me. And Ethan, you're not going to believe what happened.
I have a feeling I'm going to believe it completely.
I was awake until 2 in the morning watching cooking videos. Cooking videos. I don't even cook, Ethan. I genuinely don't cook.
Yeah, Maya, I think most people listening right now just nodded their heads a little bit.
Right? Like, why does this happen? You make a plan, you feel completely ready, you feel motivated, and then something just takes over and the plan just disappears.
That's actually a really interesting way to put it. Something takes over. Because that's exactly how it feels, isn't it? Like you're watching yourself make a bad decision and you can't stop it.
Yes, you're like, don't do it, and then you do it.
The internal observer who has zero control.
Zero, absolutely zero. So today, friends, we are talking about self-control, why it's hard, what it actually means, and very importantly, how to talk about it in natural English. Because I think this is something everyone goes through, and there are so many useful phrases around it that we use in everyday conversations.
And honestly, I think self-control might be one of the most misunderstood topics out there. People think it's about willpower, like strong people have it and weak people don't. But it's way more complicated than that.
Oh, okay, we're going to get into that. But first, if you're new here, welcome. This is Easy Speak World. We talk about real-life topics, and we teach you real English along the way. If you enjoy this kind of content, please subscribe and hit the bell. It genuinely helps the channel grow, and it means you never miss an episode.
And we want to hear from you today. Leave a comment below. Are you more like Speaker 1, someone who makes plans and then completely abandons them? Or are you someone who actually sticks to their goals? No judgment. We just want to know.
Honestly, if you're like me, comment chaos mode. If you're more like Ethan, calm, disciplined, always on time,
I am not always on time.
comment I'm working on it. Okay, so self-control. Let's start here. What even is it?
So self-control is basically your ability to manage your own behavior, emotions, and desires, especially when there's a temptation to do something you know isn't good for you, like eating an entire bag of chips at midnight.
I feel personally attacked.
Ha, not the target. But yes, it's that gap between what you want to do in the moment and what you know is actually good for you long term.
And I think the key phrase there is in the moment, because that's where self-control lives, right? It's not about being a good person or a bad person. It's about this one specific moment when you have to choose.
Exactly. And there's actually a great English phrase for that, in the heat of the moment. It means when you're feeling strong emotions or impulses right now, and you react without fully thinking.
Ooh, I like that, in the heat of the moment. So like you might say, I didn't mean to eat the whole pizza. It just happened in the heat of the moment.
Yes, perfect use. Or, I said something I regretted in the heat of the moment. It works for arguments, decisions, all kinds of situations.
Okay, write that one down, everyone, in the heat of the moment. We'll have more phrases like this coming up. Stay with us, because later we'll go through some really useful expressions you can use to talk about temptation, giving in, and resisting.
Right. And actually, can I throw in a word here that I think is underused in everyday English?
Go for it.
Impulse, as in an impulse buy or acting on impulse. An impulse is a sudden, strong urge to do something before your brain has had time to think it through.
Oh, I love that word. I am a very impulsive person. I'll see something and just go for it. No planning.
Whereas I'm maybe too much the opposite. I overthink everything.
See, that's interesting though, because I think people assume self-control means you never act on impulse. But actually, is that healthy? Like, being too controlled can be its own problem, right?
100%. There's a balance. If you're so rigid, and rigid is a great word, it means stiff, inflexible, unable to go with the flow. If you're too rigid, you lose spontaneity. Life becomes really dull.
Yes, spontaneity. That's the joy of being a little impulsive sometimes. The random road trip, the last-minute plan with friends.
So maybe the goal isn't perfect self-control. It's intentional self-control, choosing when to let go and when to hold back.
Okay, I actually love that reframe. Intentional self-control. It makes it feel less like punishment and more like a superpower.
Right. You're not fighting yourself, you're guiding yourself.
Guiding yourself. Okay, that's going on my wall. All right, let me bring up something that I think everyone can relate to, because we talk about self-control, but we don't always name the thing that breaks it. And I think the real enemy here is procrastination.
Ah, yes.
Like, self-control isn't just about food or social media. It's also about doing the thing you're supposed to do instead of avoiding it.
Procrastination, and this is a word worth really understanding. Procrastination means delaying or postponing something you should do, usually because it feels uncomfortable or boring or overwhelming.
And the thing about procrastination is it's sneaky. You don't think, I am procrastinating right now. You think, I'll just do this one thing first. And then 3 hours later,
You've reorganized your entire bookshelf.
I have cleaned things that did not need cleaning. I once organized my socks by color instead of writing an email.
That's actually impressive commitment to avoidance.
Thank you. I try. But seriously, why do we do this? Why is self-control so hard?
So there's actually a really useful concept here. It's called instant gratification versus delayed gratification. Instant gratification means getting a reward right now. Watching the video, eating the snack, scrolling the feed. It feels good immediately.
And delayed gratification is waiting for the bigger reward later?
Exactly. Like studying now so you pass the exam next week. Or going for a run today because you want to feel healthy in 6 months. The reward is real, but it's in the future. And our brains are just not naturally wired for that.
Okay, so instant gratification. I think most people feel this, right? It's like the pizza is right there. The good feeling from eating it is right now. The consequence of eating too much pizza is like future me's problem.
Future you bears all the costs.
Future me is exhausted and disappointed in present me. It's a whole thing.
But here's the thing. This isn't a character flaw. It's literally how human brains evolved. Our ancestors needed to act fast on immediate rewards because survival depended on it. The modern world just hasn't caught up.
That actually makes me feel so much better. It's not that I'm lazy. It's that I have a very ancient brain.
You have an extremely well-evolved brain that is just slightly mismatched to the 21st century.
I'm going to use that as my excuse for everything. All right, let's talk about some phrases, because we promised vocabulary and I want to deliver. Ethan, what are some natural English expressions around self-control and temptation?
Okay, so one of my favorites is give in to temptation. It means you couldn't resist. You did the thing you were trying not to do. So you might say, I was doing so well on my diet, but I gave in to temptation and had the cake.
I give in to temptation approximately 4 times a day.
And the opposite, when you successfully resist, you might say, I held myself back. As in, I really wanted to reply to that message in a rude way, but I held myself back.
Ooh, held myself back. That's a mature one. Very adult.
Another one, resist the urge. An urge is a strong feeling pushing you to do something. So I had to resist the urge to check my phone every 5 minutes.
Okay, that one is very real for me. The urge to check the phone. It's like a pull, like gravity almost.
That's actually a perfect description. Psychologists call it a behavioral pull, the way certain habits or environments make it almost automatic to do something.
Right. Like you sit on the couch and suddenly you have snacks. You didn't plan the snacks. The couch summoned the snacks.
The couch is a powerful force.
It really is. Okay, another phrase?
Lose track of time. This one is interesting because it's related to self-control, but in a more passive way. You weren't trying to do something bad, you just got so absorbed in something that time disappeared. I was watching that series and I completely lost track of time.
Oh yes, you blink and it's 3 a.m.
And then there's catch yourself. As in, you notice you're about to do something, often before you fully commit. I caught myself about to text my ex. I caught myself opening social media again.
Oh, I love catch yourself. It has this little moment of self-awareness to it. Like your brain just went, hey, what are we doing?
Exactly. It's a small but important moment. That's actually where self-control lives, in that tiny gap between impulse and action.
The gap. Okay, that is so profound. The gap between impulse and action. Can we just sit with that for a second?
Please.
Because I think a lot of people, a lot of us, we think self-control is about having no impulses. But that's not it. The impulse is always going to be there. The skill is noticing the gap.
Yes, and choosing, in that gap, what to do. That's the whole game.
Okay, so how do you actually get better at it? Like practically, what are some things people do?
So there's actually a phrase for one of the most effective techniques, removing the temptation. Instead of relying on willpower, you just make the bad choice harder to access. You don't keep chips in the house. You put your phone in another room. You log out of social media so it takes extra steps to get back in.
Oh, that's so smart, because you're not fighting yourself every second. You're just changing the environment.
Right. There's a phrase for this too, setting yourself up for success. It means arranging your environment and habits in advance so that the good choice becomes the easy choice.
Setting yourself up for success. I like that. It feels proactive. You're not waiting to have willpower. You're building a system.
Exactly. And another one, taking it one day at a time. When a long-term goal feels overwhelming, you stop looking at the whole mountain and just focus on today. Just today. What can I do right now?
That one is so comforting. One day at a time. It takes the pressure off completely. You don't have to be perfect forever. Just today.
And the flip side, when you do mess up, which you will, there's a beautiful phrase, getting back on track. You slipped, you gave in, it's okay. Now you get back on track.
Yes, because I think one of the biggest enemies of self-control is actually guilt. You mess up once, you feel terrible, and then you just give up completely. Like, I already ruined it, so why bother?
That's actually called the all or nothing mindset. And it's a really common trap. The idea that if it's not perfect, it's worthless. But progress doesn't work that way.
All or nothing thinking. I am deeply familiar with this. You eat one biscuit and think, well, the diet is over. I might as well eat the whole packet now.
The logic of defeat.
The logic of defeat. That's going in the script. Ethan, that's good.
Thank you. I have my moments.
Okay, we're getting close to wrapping up, but I want to end on something real. Because we've talked about the vocabulary, the phrases, the concepts, but I want to ask you something personal, Ethan. What's one area in your life where you genuinely struggle with self-control?
Honestly, overworking. I have a really hard time stopping. I'll tell myself, okay, 1 more hour. And then suddenly it's midnight and I haven't eaten dinner. I overthink stopping, if that makes sense. Like, I feel guilty resting.
Oh, wow. So your version of giving in to temptation is more work?
Yeah, I know. It sounds virtuous, but it's not. Rest is important. Disconnecting is important. And I genuinely struggle to give myself permission for that.
See, that's so interesting. Because self-control for you isn't about resisting something indulgent. It's about resisting the urge to be productive all the time.
Right. Self-control goes in all directions. It's not just about stopping bad things. Sometimes it's about allowing yourself to slow down.
I think that's actually the most important thing we've said today. Self-control isn't just about restriction. It's about balance, knowing when to push forward and knowing when to rest, knowing when to say no to the distraction and when to say yes to the break.
Intentional. Always back to that word.
Always back to that word. Okay, let me do a quick recap of all the vocabulary and phrases we covered today, so you have them all in one place.
Great idea.
We had in the heat of the moment, acting without thinking due to strong emotions, impulse, a sudden urge to do something, give in to temptation, failing to resist, hold yourself back, successfully stopping yourself, resist the urge, fighting a strong feeling, lose track of time, being so absorbed you forget the time, catch yourself, noticing a behavior before fully committing, setting yourself up for success, arranging your environment to make good choices easier, getting back on track, recovering after a setback, and all or nothing thinking, the trap of believing anything less than perfect means total failure.
That's a beautiful list. Honestly, just knowing these phrases gives you a whole new vocabulary for talking about your own inner life in English.
Which I think is really powerful. Because when you can name something, you can deal with it. Language gives you tools.
Language gives you tools. Exactly.
Friends, thank you so much for spending time with us today. We genuinely love making these episodes, and we love even more that you listen, you comment, you share. If you learned something today, or if you just felt seen, because honestly, same, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already.
And drop a comment with your honest answer. What's the thing you struggle most to resist? No shame, no judgment, just honesty. Mine is apparently stopping work.
And mine is cooking videos at midnight. We're all in this together. Until next time, this has been Easy Speak World. Keep listening, keep learning, and keep being kind to yourself when you fall off track.
Because you always can get back on it.
Always. See you next time, everyone.
Take care.